This is your one and only Firespark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another exciting Freeform Friday where we play some video game you've probably never heard of before, although I bet you've heard of today's video game. It's kind of been a theme for the past couple of weeks, been getting the good games here. Alright, so today's game, as you can see up here, is Colony Survival, so let's just jump right in. Let's get to it. We're going to create a new world. Let's call it Sparktopia. Yep, that looks good. And spawn monsters, no double monsters, and yes, go. Okay, so here we are. Let's read the little guide here. I'm just going to read this to myself real quick. Okay, so this game is kind of like Minecraft in the way that it's voxel based, but your whole thing is to create a colony and see how long you can keep it alive. I don't know, it's a neat concept on the whole voxel based thing. I mean, you almost, as you can see here, like I don't need anything special to break these blocks, so you kind of almost have godlike powers, but at the same time you can interact with the stuff around you. You can help defend your base and stuff like that. It's kind of neat. So I'm just gonna get a couple of extra logs here to get plenty of planks, and then we'll look into starting up our colony. I just want to have plenty of resources before we actually start the thing. And yeah, I have watched some gameplay on this, so while I haven't actually played it myself, I'm not going into this completely blind. I seeked out this company specifically and requested this key because I wanted to play this game because it looks awesome. Now, the graphics that you see here aren't the default. The default were slightly different. It does have depth of field on by default. I turned that off because I don't really like depth of field. It messes with my eyes because I'm old. And I don't really like it. I prefer just, nice crisp gameplay. So the graphics are neat. I like the lighting. It's almost like Minecraft with shaders, and yeah, it's pretty neat. Alright, so we're gonna use this open field here for our base-like area, and we'll start up our little colony. We're just gonna get these trees out of here because in the center here is where I want to build. And we're just gonna knock all of these down real quick, and then we will start, wagging up a little base and throw down our banner. Now your banner is it's almost like tower defense too, because when the monsters come, they want to attack your people and your banner, or at your banner. I don't know, it's weird. It's a neat game though. It's really neat, and you can't block the monsters off completely. If you do, you just start chewing through food. So you can build a moat, but force them to come one direction. So I could build a moat around this way, and then just have the opening, even if it's one block, be right here, and they would funnel in and just die. But you have to have that opening, otherwise you go into siege mode and you just lose a ton of food really quick. So let's get our planks here, and let's just start. I kind of want to start at the back of the field a little bit like this, and we'll just start laying down some planks, and then we have to make a couple of beds, and then we can slap down our banner and start recruiting some people. But I want to make sure I get the base all set up first and get it the way I like it before I recruit people. As long as I don't recruit people, I don't think monsters will show up. I could be wrong, don't quote me on that. We will find out, because I'm not going to recruit people right away. I'm just going to kind of lay this base out like you see and get it somewhat secure. We'll get 2 high walls. According to the little guide, they can't go over 2 high walls. So they can jump, they're about the same as what you can do. So if you can jump on it and get up it, they can get over and up it. So let's get, I just want a decent sized little miniature fort here, just enough to keep my people safe. Let's see, you know what, do I want it bigger than that? Let's go back one more and widen it out 2 more. Okay, so something like this should somewhat protect us, and then what we can do is just kind of bring this in Oh, I didn't count. I'm not sure if I'm centered or not. What do we got here? So one more, then we have a 2 entrance opening. Yeah, that's not terrible. That should be a decent start to our little base. This should keep us somewhat protected, and then we can put some archers here and here, and they'll just shoot the monsters as they come in. I will have to help as well, but we should be okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get everything laid out the way I want it before I even start to bring people in. So let's get 2 quivers. There's one thing that I noticed that's really driving me crazy, and if anybody knows how to stop this from happening, okay, so watch what happens here. Now I'm not gonna move anything. All I'm gonna do is click this bed. See how it just starts going down? Like as soon as you click the bed and you have it in your hand, I don't know if that's a bug or what that is, but oh my god, it's super frustrating when I want to create a lot of stuff at one time. Now eventually you can have your colonist create stuff for you, and that's like no big deal, but yeah, that right now is super annoying. How do I get more straw? I don't know how I get more straw to make more beds. I need more planks too. I can make planks. I do know how to do that. Yeah, especially like when I want to click tons of planks. Nope, that's not happening. Okay, so we got 5 people. That'll be 2 for the watchers and 3 farmers to start with. Hopefully that should be good, or 2 guards I should say. So you see the green arrow, that's which way, or what way they're going to be facing. So you just hit the R key to rotate that, and then you can place the stuff down like so, and there you go. Now let's go ahead and do the same thing with our beds. Now this down here is your inventory. This is the community inventory as a whole. So like when you want to craft something, it has to be on that bottom row. Okay, let's place that. No, place the bed. Why aren't you placing the bed? There. Oh, it's backwards, that's why. No, I want you facing this way and going against the wall like that. There we go. Okay, so we have our beds. Why did we not pull all of our beds? Let's try this again. There we go. So now we have our beds, and yeah, we're not getting any monsters right now because we haven't put down our banner yet, so we're safe. So I'm just gonna have everything ready and set to go, so once we slap down our banner, we'll have the proper defenses that we need in order to defend our colony and start managing our people. And there's a lot you can do with this. It gets relatively complex. Now this is still early access, so keep that in mind. So more features could be here. If you're watching this video at a later time, this information may have changed. So yeah, like currently it's in early access, and yeah, that's a thing. So okay, let's go back over here, and so I don't want any stairs there. We have that. Oh, we need to berry farm. So if we hit 1, that goes to our command tool, and we can create berry farms. And I'm just gonna put those like right up close to the area here, our little fort, castle, whatever it's called. So let's plant another one like this. And these are like your starting farms. So we're just gonna go ahead and get 3 of them, so we have plenty of food to feed our people. So there's 3 of those, and we have 2 things for archers, and our archers should stand guard permanently. I'm not sure when they nap. Maybe they nap during the daytime, I don't know. We're gonna need 2 bows as well, so when we summon them in, they will have those. And you know what else I want to do? I'm gonna go ahead and get a what's it called? Yeah, I'm drawing a complete and total blank right now. Hold on a minute here, and I will tell you what I want to get. I know what the forester. That's the word I was looking for, and kind of almost had a stroke. Okay, forester will chop down trees for us. Let's make this as big as we can, like so, 10 by 10. Yep, awesome. So we're gonna need another bed in order to do that. So the forester will just bring us wood, tons and tons of wood. So let's go ahead and craft another bed, and it is also daytime, so that means we can start bringing in some people. I feel safe to bring in some people now. We have everything that we need, so we're just gonna put our banner right here. Now once you placed it, I don't think you can pick it back up, so that's a thing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did we get a full 6 or did we get 5? Oh, I think we're short one. Yeah, you all be berry farmers. Don't be a forester yet. Okay, good. So we're gonna have to wait till we get a little more food. We're gonna need 5 more food before we can get our next guy, but that's fine. The berry farmers will do their job and get us tons of food eventually, and then we won't have to. Once we get our forester, we shouldn't have to harvest trees as much. But for now, we're gonna go harvest some more wood because I want to kind of build this up a little bit more and have us feel a little more safe. These textures are really weird. I mean, they look neat, but like look at that texture. It's odd to me for some reason. Okay, so I also need to figure out how to get the straw or whatever to make more beds. I have no clue how to do that. And we're just gonna harvest up this wood. Okay, and it is nighttime. We got a bunch of resources gathered up. Now, here's the thing. What you have to do at nighttime, for the first couple of days anyway, we have to be ready. So we have a bow and arrow crafted. Those have to be in our personal inventory and not the stockpile. So we have those crafted up and they're ready to go. Now all we have to do is make sure that the bow is selected, and then we can fire arrows, and I will show you that. I'm not going to waste one, but I'll run up here and shoot this monster in the face. So monsters are pretty much the exact same as your people. They just have different eyes. They're all like glowy. Yeah, one shot kills them pretty quick and easy. And that's about it. But the thing is though, as your colony grows, you end up with more and more monsters showing up at nighttime, so it's something to keep in mind. So I've kind of set this up in a way that they have to filter towards the front here. Oh, also, we've got to make sure that we have arrows in here because that is where our guys here pull the arrows from. So they should be able to handle most of this. I'm just going to kind of hang out and keep an eye on them just in case anything gets crazy. I love how they sleep. It's so creepy. They're just laying in their creepy little beds with their creepy little faces. It also kind of reminds me of South Park. They kind of look like Canadians in South Park, which is kind of hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, now this is about all this is, and it's rather boring to start with. I'm going to be honest. Like when you're first starting the colony, like this right now, I haven't done a whole lot. It's been relatively, boring. I set this up, and it's kind of just a waiting game. But I feel like once your colony starts to grow a bit and gets rather large, there'll be a lot more maintenance stuff that you have to keep up with, and a lot more things that you'll do, because a lot of it's automated, like gathering the resources is automated. You can make a crafting bench and have one of your guys man it and just have them craft stuff for you. And then you can just pull it directly out of the stockpile and just grow your whole little colony here, and just focus on growing your colony and not so much of just waiting around. But there is a bit of a downtime here, so what I'm going to do is actually just skip a bit of this downtime and see if we can, show you a little bit more of what it looks like towards like I would say early mid game, so you can get an idea of that. We won't be able to get in a full game because honestly this could last for absolutely ages and ages and ages, but we got to condense it into 20 minutes, but I can get you an idea of what it looks like later on. So that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so as you can see, we've built a good bit more onto the base here. We got a nice little keep going on. I'm using this funneling effect for the monsters at nighttime, and it seems to be working out relatively well. Ideally what I'd really like to do is break this block here and this block here, put my archers here and here, and build all of this up higher so that they only shoot them when they're coming down the path, or maybe make the path bigger and just put like an archer here and here and make the path wider. I don't know. I mean, it's working now. The only thing is like they'll shoot over this direction, and I only don't want them to do that. I only want them to shoot straight down the old barrel here. Kind of like tower defense, and that's kind of what you end up doing is a tower defense type situation, and it works out relatively well. We've got one wheat farm started that's going. I have the stuff to actually start making bread and all of that stuff now. The only downside is we need more straw, so we kind of got to wait on this guy to make more beds. Then we can recruit the bread making pair. On top of that, we have a dude down mining. I'll show you that in a second. We have a dude up here working the forge. He's making us iron ingots. You need a constant stream of iron ingots so you can continue to make arrows. That was our tree guy. I actually took him away for now, and because we have a ton of wood, and I have him smelting the iron because that was a much needed thing. So you will have to kind of like move your villagers around a little bit here and there. And if we come all the way down, you have to dig all the way down the bedrock. And this is kind of neat the way they did this, and I like it. So you only have to find the nodes once, from what I can tell. Like, you find the nodes and then you can just mine them forever, I think. I mean, this dude's been on this iron node for quite a while, and I've mined like this one. You can see you just start mining at it, and you have the countdown time, but from what I can tell, I think you can mine it forever, and you can do that with pretty much all of these nodes. So you just initially need to find one of each, and then you can put your miners on them. And the miner node, you know, it just selects one single block, and that's the block that the dude stands on. So right now I have this guy doing iron. You can also do like here, and this will just mine you infinite stone. So if you want to build your castle out of stone or whatever, you can put a couple guys on this and just get, you know, tons and tons and tons of stone. So this here is clay. Then we have gold, which is this here. This takes a while to mine. And there it goes. And then I think this is the gypsum, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's gypsum. And then this is what charcoal or coal looks like. So, and then you can just mine a ton of that to get your torches and stuff going to keep your areas lit up. Now, you can hit G on your keyboard to run your lamp, and it basically turns you into like a beacon. But you can also place torches around and make those as well. So, and then you put these little crates wherever, and that's your drop-off point, and that just adds it directly to your stockpile. So this way he doesn't have to run all the way back up, because if you don't do that, then what they'll do is they'll run all the way back up to the banner. And I mean, that's extremely time consuming. It's much easier just to put a crate down next to them. They're super cheap, and then they can just drop off whatever they're doing in the crate and then go back to whatever they're doing. So that's the status of the colony right now. It's a big waiting game to start with. Like you do a little bit, then you wait, then you do a little bit, and then you wait. I really can't wait to like just get the whole thing really going good, so I get constant stream of resources, and I can just build and expand without, you know, this waiting game going on. But this is still relatively early game. I wanted to bring you back like early mid game, but nah, this is still super early. As you can see, we don't even have wheat going yet, and wheat's ideally what you want a ton of, because it puts off straw as a byproduct, and you need that to make beds. So you can't even really start expanding until you start getting some wheat income. So that's kind of like where we're at on this whole colony situation right now. And then here we got night coming, so we'll do a little, show you how this works at night. So I have a good bit of arrows on me. My guys have 207, and I can make more. All I have to do is just drag this down here, and then I can just grab, you make 8 at a time, grab me a couple more. They have plenty. And then what I do is I just kind of hang out. If the monsters get too close, I'll shoot them. But my guys here, they do a pretty good job at taking them down. Like I said, it's not as efficient as it could be. This is my first time doing this. I have a feeling I can make this a ton more efficient, like practically game-breaking efficient. Now, you'll see now that we get a lot more monsters. Like, they're starting to... It doesn't look like a lot now, but you'll give it a minute. They start multiplying relatively quickly. At one point, the 2 or 3 nights ago, I had like 4 of them just running down the barrel here, and these guys couldn't shoot them fast enough, and I had to jump in and shoot them as well. But overall, I mean, it works out pretty decently. Now, what you could eventually do is just run like a gauntlet and then have a bunch of your archers on the top shooting down onto the monsters as they try to plow through, pretty much tower defense like. So you can see we got a bunch of them coming in here from all sides. This guy's coming around, got another one coming around there, but you know, they just get shot as soon as they come around the side there. What we could also maybe do is put a couple of blocks here. This might keep them from shooting there so close to the side and have them wait a little longer, because I don't think they shoot down that way. Yeah, see, he got right there at the front and then got shot, and as you saw that one out there, it was right there, just got shot as well. So it works pretty good, and we got a little bit of a keep going. I haven't put the roof on it yet. I want to do a second story. I actually want to expand it out a little more as well. I'm not sure how big we're going to go about, making it. I guess I'll make it as big as it needs to be, depending on my colony. You see a lot of people make these like absolutely gorgeous builds. I'm not much for the gorgeous builds. I'm more of like efficiency. As long as it's efficient, and maximizing that efficiency is what counts when I play. But so that's about it for this game. I mean, I don't know, did you all enjoy it? If you enjoyed it, let me know and I'll do some more on it. We can pick back up where the colony left off, or I can play some more off camera and then just bring you guys back, show you around the base, show you what we've done and how all the stuff we've accomplished and all that stuff. I'm not sure how entertaining this game is to watch. Like I said, it's kind of hit and miss on how active you are in the game. You kind of got to wait here and there, but yeah. All right, so that's going to wrap it up for this episode. Before I go, I want to give a quick shout out to my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for all of your support. You all are absolutely amazing people. If you would like to help support this channel through Patreon, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy and you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.